One of those late-night murmurs that travel faster than light in the age of digital obsession. But by morning, the whisper had turned into a storm. Screens across China lit up with the same chilling phrase: Menglong's deleted WeChat messages have been recovered. For months, the mystery of Menglong's death had haunted the internet like a shadow no one could chase away. The fall from the 9th floor, the studio's swift statement, the police ruling it accidental, every detail had been polished, framed, and sealed with bureaucratic precision. Yet somehow, everything about it still felt unfinished. Fans insisted there was more, something darker buried beneath the official version. And now, for the first time, there was proof that you might have known what was coming. The discovery came from an anonymous source who claimed to have worked in digital forensics for a Beijing cybersecurity firm. He posted screenshots allegedly retrieved from Menglong's private WeChat backup, a folder that, according to him, was hidden on an encrypted drive and wiped remotely just hours after the actor's death. The messages, time-stamped barely 2 days before the tragedy, were directed to a contact saved only as Q. They don't want me to talk, but I can't just let it go. Not after what I saw. I think they're watching me again. Then, the final line before the chat abruptly ended. If anything happens to me, it wasn't an accident. The internet froze. Within minutes of the leak, hashtags like #Menglong last messages and #the truth behind the fall began trending on Weibo. Millions of fans dissected every word, zooming into the grainy screenshots, debating whether the font spacing matched WeChat's default interface. Some claimed the message format was outdated, suggesting it was from an older version of the app. Proof, they said, that it was authentic. Others dismissed it as another internet hoax, a digital ghost haunting the grief of his followers. But what truly made the world stop was the mysterious recipient. Who was Q? Investigators, journalists, and even armchair detectives launched into frenzied speculation. Some pointed to Du Chong, Yu's former producer, who was reportedly at the same party the night before Yu's death. Others whispered that Q stood for Qiao Yan, an industry fixer long rumored to be involved in silencing celebrity scandals before they reached the press. One entertainment insider, who spoke to the global scene under anonymity, claimed, "You have been talking about something big, something that involved major names." He was scared but determined. He told a few people that he had files, screenshots, videos, documents. He said he was going to expose it all. Then came another twist. A fan-run page called Truth for Menglong released what it claimed was a short audio clip recovered from the same phone. The voice, shaky, low, unmistakably Yu's, said only, "They told me to stay quiet. I won't." The clip was just 7 seconds long. But those 7 seconds changed everything. The video amassed over 20 million views in one night before being removed from Chinese platforms. Fans re-uploaded it across YouTube and Telegram, where it spread like wildfire. In every repost, Yu's trembling words echoed like a premonition, his voice cutting through the static of denial. Meanwhile, Menglong's mother, who had largely stayed out of the spotlight after her emotional letter in September, was seen visiting a lawyer's office in Chaoyang district. When reporters caught up with her outside, she refused to comment but left a haunting sentence that instantly went viral. "If my son wanted to tell the truth, then someone didn't want it told." The line was replayed endlessly across media outlets, paired with slow-motion clips of Yu smiling during past interviews. It painted a picture too tragic and cinematic to ignore, a rising star silenced on the edge of revelation. Behind closed doors, the entertainment industry began to stir. Anonymous messages sent to fan forums hinted at an upcoming crackdown on unauthorized media leaks. Editors who had previously published articles questioning Yu's death found their pieces quietly removed. Several fan accounts reporting on the deleted messages disappeared overnight. But what no one expected was the sudden resurfacing of a second device. According to leaked police notes obtained by Digital Eye News, Yu had been carrying a secondary phone the night of his death, a work-issued model that had not been recovered from the scene. Days later, an unmarked parcel reportedly arrived at a journalist's desk containing a USB drive labeled L9, "Don't let them win." Inside were fragments of documents, blurred screenshots, and what appeared to be an unfinished draft titled for them to see. The text read, "If this ever gets out, you'll know I tried." They wanted silence. But truth doesn't die, it waits. The public's fascination turned into fury. Protests broke out outside the Chaoyang police station demanding a reinvestigation. Fans lit candles, holding up signs that read, "Truth doesn't fall," and "We hear you, Menglong." Celebrities, once silent, began liking cryptic posts alluding to lost evidence and industry secrets. Social media platforms scrambled to control the narrative. Hashtags disappeared within minutes, entire accounts wiped clean, as if the story was being erased in real time. But like all forbidden things in the digital era, it only grew stronger underground. By the end of the week, a hacker group calling themselves Echo 44 released a statement claiming to have downloaded the full contents of U's cloud backup before it was deleted. Though no proof has surfaced yet, the mere claim reignited the fire. The group's message read, "They can delete accounts, but not the truth. The files are safe." Fans immediately began speculating about a possible documentary or posthumous exposé to be released internationally. Some even claimed that you had sent parts of his story to overseas contacts weeks before his death. Today, as flowers continue to pile up at the site of his fall, one question refuses to fade. What was Yu Menglong planning to expose? Was it about corruption in the industry? Hidden abuses behind talent contracts? A secret project involving powerful investors? No one knows for sure. But what everyone agrees on is that Yu's silence feels too deliberate, too orchestrated, to be mere coincidence. And as one of his closest friends wrote in a now-deleted post, Menglong once said, "Fame means nothing if you can't sleep with a clear heart." Maybe that's why he couldn't rest. The ghost of his last words, the echoes of his deleted messages, and the mystery of Q all linger like smoke after a fire that refuses to die. Whether truth or fiction, one thing is certain. Yu Menglong's voice, once silenced, is now louder than ever. And no amount of deleted files can erase that. The tension in the air after the WeChat leaks could have been sliced with a blade. Fans weren't sleeping. Journalists weren't blinking. The world waited, hungry for the next truth, terrified of what it might mean. When Truth for Menglong announced a second batch of files had been decrypted, the internet trembled again. This time, it wasn't just screenshots. It was voice notes, fragments of recordings that painted a clearer, darker picture of what Yu Menglong had been facing before his mysterious death. The night before the fall. According to a timestamp from the leaked files, Yu recorded one final voice memo just 6 hours before the tragedy. His voice, hushed and uneven, was layered with the sound of passing cars and distant thunder.
"They told me to go to that party. I didn't want to.
I know who's behind it. I'm not safe anymore." Then, silence. The audio clip was only 8 seconds long, but its weight was unbearable. Fans compared it with reports that Yu had indeed attended a private gathering at a luxury apartment that night. Witnesses had described him as tense, checking his phone repeatedly, barely touching his drink. Some said he looked like a man expecting something, or someone. And now, in hindsight, it was clear, he was. The message that vanished. The forensic expert who initially leaked Yu's messages reappeared on Telegram under a new alias, claiming there had been one more text, sent at 2:47 a.m., less than half an hour before Yu's fatal fall. "I did it. They'll come for me next." But this message, allegedly sent to Q, was deleted seconds later from both ends. No one knew what it referred to, but speculation caught like wildfire. Did you mean he had finally sent the files he threatened to reveal? Did he upload something? Pass a drive to someone? Within hours, an unverified post from an anonymous user calling themselves White Raven claimed that you had backed up everything to an offshore drive under the code name Project L9. The same name later found scribbled on the USB that surfaced in the press. The puzzle pieces were beginning to align. A shadow named Q. As curiosity intensified, online investigators dug deeper into the identity of Q. They cross-referenced chat handles, timestamps, and used known circle of friends. Then came a shocking theory. Q could be Chu Lian, a mid-tier entertainment manager who had mysteriously left the country 2 days after Yu's death. Chu Lian had worked with multiple A-list stars, most of whom were rumored to have deep connections with political sponsors. Her sudden disappearance, along with the fact that all her social media accounts were wiped clean, made her the prime suspect. Screenshots shared by an insider suggested Chu had warned you weeks before his death. "You're poking lions with your hands tied. Stop before it's too late." That single line reignited every conspiracy theory. Fans believed you had uncovered something massive, something that could shake the very foundation of the entertainment industry. The secret studio footage. In mid-October, a grainy, low-quality clip began circulating on a fan forum. It appeared to show you Menglong inside his recording studio, pacing, phone in hand, clearly agitated. The video, barely 2 minutes long, had no audio, but lip readers online claimed you said, "I have proof." They can't deny it this time. Before long, the video vanished. Every upload was taken down. But fans had already saved it, dissected it, slowed it frame by frame. Behind you, a laptop screen glowed faintly, showing what looked like folder names, contracts, payments, threats. If real, that clip was a glimpse into the evidence you might have held. Evidence someone clearly didn't want the world to see. Voices from the shadows. Former co-stars began to speak in coded ways. One actress, who had once shared the screen with you in a romantic drama, posted a photo of a candle with the caption, "Some lights are put out too soon, but the smoke tells the story." Another actor wrote, "He tried to be honest in a world built on lies." Their posts vanished within hours, but screenshots spread like wildfire. Suddenly, it wasn't just fans whispering anymore, it was the industry itself, breaking its silence one cryptic sentence at a time. The drive no one was supposed to find. Then, out of nowhere, came the claim that changed everything. A blogger known for uncovering celebrity scandals released a video showing an unmarked envelope delivered anonymously to their studio. Inside was a second USB, similar to the one marked L9. In the footage, the blogger inserted the drive into a laptop. The screen flashed with a single folder, for them to see. Inside it was a text file titled Final. The document began, with Yu's own words. "If you're reading this, it means I failed to stay alive long enough to tell it myself. I thought truth could protect me. I was wrong. Don't believe the headlines. Don't believe what they say I did. I was silenced for knowing too much and refusing to play their game." The note ended with a chilling line. "They will call it an accident, but it's not." Before the blogger could reveal more, their channel went dark. The video was deleted. Their entire page wiped clean. But viewers had already downloaded it, spreading copies across the internet like wildfire. The government's silence. As millions demanded answers, authorities remained quiet. No official statement addressed the leaks, the drives, or the identity of Q. The police investigation had long been closed, labeled as a tragic personal misfortune. But whispers began to spread among insiders. Files were being seized, studio employees questioned, and multiple accounts linked to Yu's team were suddenly locked or deleted. The silence only added to the fury. The night vigil. On the anniversary of Yu's final film premiere, fans gathered outside the theater, where it first aired. They held candles and phones, showing screenshots of the recovered messages. One girl, sobbing into her scarf, said to a reporter, "He wasn't supposed to die. He was supposed to speak." As the crowd began to chant, "Truth for Menglong," a soft drizzle fell, eerily reminiscent of the rain the night you died. Someone played his last interview on a speaker, his voice calm, gentle, saying, "I just want to create something honest, something real." For a moment, it felt as if he was there again, standing among them, smiling faintly, watching the storm unfold. Unfinished truth. Weeks later, new claims emerged that another